morning, good afternoon, good evening, guten Tag, whatever it is, where you is. I'm Tom Connors. With me is Six. How you doing? She's doing stupendous.
As always, I couldn't find my unmute button. I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful.
And also joining us, Mr. Clobbering Times. How you doing?
Hey, man, doing well. How are you? And how are you, Six? How's everyone doing here tonight? Good to see you.
Ducky.
Doing good.
Ducky. That Ducky works for me.
Lovely like a rock.
Hey there, chat.
When I see your face, the thing.
Look at that. Yeah, that's me.
Speaking of, they got some writers on that. That's some news.
My goodness.
So we'll see this movie in about 3 years.
I keep telling you, it's not a Fantastic Four movie unless there's only one person in charge of it, and that's me. And since that's not going to happen,
I can't argue that.
It is invalid, sir.
You should send him a script.
Well, no, they should just let me take over, and I'll just tell everybody what to do. But
here's what you do: you like make the cover look like a 3-year-old wrote it, and they're like, "Oh, this is adorable," and then they start like looking into it, and you get crayon drawings on the first few pages, and then it actually turns into an actual script. But like you write like the first few pages in like crayon and stuff like that, so they actually start reading it, and then they're like, then all of a sudden it turns into typing and stuff, and they're like, wait a minute, this is a good script. That's your way in, man. That's your way in.
Yeah. Well, they have to let me be in charge of the casting, and it's going to be a period piece too. It's going to take place in the 1960s.
I hope so.
Oh, cool.
It's got a Fantastic Four belong there.
Yeah.
Everybody, oh boy, we'll have to use this crappy comic.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of news today, but Fantastic Four enlists writing team Jeff Kaplan and Ian Springer. There you go. That's the latest on this. So there's a little movement on this. Let's see what these guys have written before. Copy.
Probably not much. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
I think you may be right.
Could be jumping the gun a little bit, but.
Well, together I don't have anything. Let's see if I can get them separately. Jeff Kaplan has written Warcraft games.
There you go.
Yay.
Boom.
That's helpful.
And Ian has written
Twilight.
Nothing.
Nothing.
To be honest with
He's
you.
credited as a film writer, but he literally doesn't have shit on his IMDb, it looks like here. Nothing as a writer.
Let's face it,
except
if they had Marvel Comics on their resume, I'd be
shit
worried.
that's in pre-production. Okay, he worked on Bert and Arnie's Guide to Friendship, The Last of the Great Romantics.
There you go.
And Adam TV. Absolutely nothing he's worked on. Absolutely qualified for the Fantastic Four.
Absolutely. Of course, if they did have current Marvel credits, I definitely wouldn't want them anywhere near it.
Right.
But wow, okay, these guys. So what do you guys know about the Fantastic Four? Well, there are 4 of them, right? And they're fantastic. Boom, you're hired. They're just amazing and fantastic and incredible and uncanny and stuff. And one of them catches fire, right? Yeah, that's true. One of them does. And one of them is made of rock. And
he's flaming.
How many Fantastic Four movies have there been? 2 or 3?
I'd say 0.
Well, if you count if you count the Roger Corman ones,
4,
we've had 4 technically, yeah.
Because none of them look like they go together. Like when I was organizing my DVD rack.
The Tim Story ones technically do.
Yes, they do.
Which would be the one with the Silver Surfer and stuff like that, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, so you have, of course, 1983 when the film was made with the Roger Corman
1993, you mean?
Which was not intended to be released. It only was because some guy made a copy of it before they were going to destroy it. And it made it out, to conventions and the like, just for copyright protection rules. And there's a documentary about it called, Doomed or whatever. And then there's, yes, you said the Tim Story movies, 2005, 2007, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Smurfer, which, I went back and revisited them about a year or so ago, Tom and Six, and there's some elements that are fairly close to what they should be. And I don't mind the cast that much. In fact, I thought, what's his name? Evans was perfect as Johnny Storm, but there's just so much wrong with it. But nevertheless, it's not as bad as the 1950. There was a 2015 Fan Four stick. There's nothing. Another copyright garter.
And then Jack White points out that this is a different Jack Kaplan, or Jeff Kaplan, it looks like, that's writing this movie. Not Jeff Kaplan that wrote, well, there we go. See, so this guy,
They got
I
it
don't
mixed
even know
up.
who this fucking guy is. He ain't done shit. Thank you for that, Jack.
Well, he's probably
He ain't done jack shit, Jack.
He probably watched some Fantastic Four cartoons as a kid. Maybe.
I was going to say, that's probably the thing that I think most people know is like one of the animated versions, most likely, aside from just the one, the Tim Story movies. Because nobody went and saw, what do you call it?
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah. And this guy, this Jeff Kaplan guy, he wrote all the same shit as his buddy. So
that's a painful days when that Fan Four Stick movie was being filmed right up the street from where I live.
And you said 83. It's actually 93 that the Fan Four Stick.
I thought it said 93. Oops.
Yeah, it's all good. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard you right.
Did.
You said 83, I think, but oh well. I knew what you meant. Das Wolfen's been a member for 4 months at the minimum effort puppy level. Thank you for that. I actually have a copy of that. That's not too bad. The director got a semi-decent scan of it. I think they got it done for that documentary. Because it still technically exists. It's just not finished.
Yeah. Well, someone said they don't
Sitting in a vault.
Someone says they don't understand why people like the FF so much. Well, apparently not. No one does but me, because no one cares about what happens with them, but I love them. And without the FF, you don't have anything else. Any other Marvel
Actually,
characters.
the Fantastic Four has a lot of fans, I would say.
Oh, yeah, but Marvel's treating them like garbage ever since the rights got all screwed around and skewed up and tried to separate them from the Marvel, a lot of their Marvel stuff for a while when they lost movie rights. And they would, like, for example, would come out, I'd go to the store, one day, and I would see like one of these big new books talking about Marvel Comics, the past 20, whatever, one of those like history books, right? And you'd find no FF in there. I'm like, without the FF, none of the other ones will ever have even existed. And they're they're the first family of Marvel Comics. And so they don't get a lot of respect from until they eventually were able to get the, Disney ended up getting the rights back. So, but they've been
yes, indeed. And then there was like one other thing. I think maybe here, where'd it go? That you had sent me. Now we can talk about this Bryce Dallas Howard thing. You guys want?
I'm always happy to talk about her. Mm-hmm.
Well, and this is something I actually heard from her uncle, that she got asked this all the time back in the day too, but now she's making a stink about having to lose weight ahead of Jurassic World Dominion. She was asked. That doesn't mean she did. Now, here's the funny part about this. What about all the guys that get beefed up for movies beforehand?
Never happens. No, come on, guys. Right.
But this is not an excuse. Does she have kids?
Yeah, she is a mother.
I don't know. Okay.
So, but yeah, I agree. I'm sure that, or the men are either told or asked to lose weight, get in shape, or they do it automatically because they know that the leading man has to be beefy, he has to be in shape, and he has to be a draw to get the ladies in the theater. I thought she looked amazing in Jurassic World Dominion.
I didn't see that, but I'm a big fan. I think I saw some pictures. I think she's beautiful. I love her. I always loved her.
Yeah, she seems like a cool lady, and
she's always been naturally
gorgeous.
thick. Like, that's another thing, is that, people forget that too.
As bad as Spider-Man 3 is, she's drop dead gorgeous as Gwen Stacy. On
that note,
not even usually blonde. Yeah.
It's like these people forget they're paid millions of dollars to keep themselves looking good.
That is the thing. If you get paid that kind of money to do that,
people forget that this is what Chris Pratt looked like before he got buff. He was in Parks and Rec looking like this.
You get paid.
Yeah, he was a chubby wubby, but I love Chris. I could care less what he looks like. He is funny. He's charismatic. Well,
he's lucky he's cute no matter what he is. But yeah,
he's like a little child cute though. He's like a little boy cute.
Yeah, he's definitely got that kind of like Mikey, that like just a kid, always a kid, infinite child like me.
Yeah,
there he is. Look at him.
Does he even know he's here?
Mikey.
Hey,
Surprise!
What's up,
Surprise!
Dude?
I'm
you
here.
didn't get arrested? That's amazing.
Right. Boy, do I have a story to tell about my last 3 hours, but I don't know if I should do it on air.
Well, you can save it if you want to, but otherwise, it's not like we have much else to talk about.
Well, I'm mostly here for 3 reasons. Number 1, well, it's Midnight Sedge After Dark. Number 2, I'm promoting Polly's birthday on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Hey, today's his birthday, though.
And most
today's his actual birthday, yeah.
Yeah, today's his actual birthday, but he's not celebrating till Sunday. But what I'm really concerned about is I don't want you people talking about Andor, so I'm being representation guy.
Oh, yes, true.
Oh, bless you.
We were almost.
Well, we couldn't talk about it.
You here?
Well, I don't want you people, like how I use my language. I don't want you people talking about anything related.
That's right.
Okay, so because what you need, I read the article, what he said, and first of all, you need someone who's Mexican.
Right, that's true.
There's my evidence right there. Skin color. Okay, retinal scan.
I'm sort of Mexican.
Retinal
Mexican
scan.
hair. Mexican facial hair action.
We will get called out.
Oh, look at those lips.
Okay, so you people are now
Any more
allowed.
scans?
We're covered to talk about
People
Andor.
are now allowed to talk Star Wars.
You forgot to scan your neck.
Oh, hold on. 6. Take a little lick of that. Right
I'll take a little nibble.
there. Take a nibble of that. I like.
He
that.
stopped scanning before I could hit the Taco Bell button.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to try and get that in there as one of the
So
scan
you
noises.
people are
Poor
hereby.
people.
You people are hereby authorized to talk about things involving my people. You people.
We are sanctioned.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're
Clobby
covered,
likes
man.
this.
Diplomatic
I love it, man.
immunity.
I'm sort of.
Hey,
one-
happy
one of
birthday,
the-
Paulie.
I thought he was
Happy
out on a
birthday.
date.
Holly, happy
He told-
birthday.
Told me he was out on a date after.
Yeah,
4
you're supposed to be
o'clock.
on a date. Get on a date.
You know,
He was
those
on a
old
date
people like
tonight.
him have to get the rest. You know.
That too. Yeah.
Paulie's like the only guy who are like his birthdays are in the 50s, but he looks like he just turned 32.
Yeah, that's true.
Tell me about it. He stole my youth.
I swear to God, every year I've known Paulie the last 2 or 3 years. I swear every year I'm like, God, don't you look younger this year than last year? I'm like, oh,
Yes, he does.
So everybody in the chat say happy birthday to Paul, Latino Slam.
Happy birthday, Paulie.
So see, now there's 2 Mexicans. So now that means that if another person comes in, like Script Doctor or somebody, you people can talk more about Andor. You people.
I don't think Script's coming in this time.
You people.
I'm Spanish. I count.
What?
I can talk with.
You don't count enough as
My
Hispanic,
last
buddy.
name is
No,
right? So-
you Clobby, you are one of the oppressors because your
That's
people are from the Spanish Espanol
Oh, is that it?
country, and you people oppress my native peoples and Mexican oppression, you peoples. Yeah, okay, there.
I guess I'm still a honky.
Yeah, I'm not very
Okay.
good at playing the victim. I need to learn like some talking points out.
No one's heard honky since George Jefferson, right?
I had to bring some racism into this. It was getting too.
All right,
Anyway,
sorry I interrupted the show. Back to the show.
No, you're fine. We got another birthday. Zephyr has been a member for 12 months with the minimum effort puppy level. Yay! We need to celebrate that a little bit. That'll do.
Ewoks. Ugh.
Yeah, well, sometimes they're cute. Jack
Yeah,
White
man.
says, Tom, I sent you an email with links to some interesting One Piece news. One of them is a part 2 to the last one I sent you. All right, well, I'll check that out. Although I
Tom,
don't
did I
know
see something
jack
today
squat
about
about
James
One Piece.
Bond?
But...
Some news about there or something? Was that?
Oh, it was kind of something like Craig had said about James Bond is changing.
Just checking.
and-
I heard people talking about it.
Yeah.
Why? I'm a huge James Bond fan, and I'm still waiting for somebody to watch all the movies with me.
Well, here's
I
one
watch
that
them with you, brother. I love them all. Well,
Is
this
Nick
is-
Weiser going to do that?
I'm watching with you.
He was going to do, wasn't he going to do a month of James Bond?
Is he? Oh, yes, he is going to be doing that on the top.
Well, we were doing like the whole thing to lead up to the new Bond movie, but it just didn't work out that way.
That was
'cause-
like a year ago, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Robert Mybert got busy. Yeah. All right, we got this piece here. I'll bring this
yeah,
up about One
One
Piece.
Piece.
I guess this was unauthorized.
Oh,
Not surprised there.
that's supposed to be done, huh?
Yeah.
Somebody just pasted those, like taped those things together.
It
What is
looked
this?
it looked like a joke. We had
It's gotta be
talked
a
about
joke.
this last week. Somebody took all the volumes of One Piece and did a limited 50 print run where he had it all in one book. And we're like, that's impossible to read. Nobody could
Not a
read
book.
that.
What is One
You know,
Piece?
It's a anime manga.
It's a manga, and
Oh.
it's also an anime. It's about they've had 1,000. Over 1,000
It
segments
never
of
ends.
the manga. Yeah, it will never not end anytime soon. And they're as far as just the book compilations of the manga for over here, they're over 100 something of those. And it looks like they took those and made some kind of cover, put them all in a row, and made some kind of cover somehow to go around it and try to. It's got to be some kind of a joke.
It's like the General Hospital of manga and anime.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
never
having
ends.
deja vu. We never brought this on screen before.
Soap opera.
We did talk about this last
That's what
week,
I
right?
thought. We talked.
General
about
Hospital is like one of the longest running soap operas. Never mind. I guess
Yes.
that was a bad joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was.
you're right.
I was raised on General Hospital.
General Hospital
Yeah.
As the World Turns.
My mother.
Yeah, so it's like the General Hospital manga and anime is what I was trying to say, or manga. Am I
Yes.
saying it wrong?
Well, it's been around,
Manga.
since like the 90s for sure. I mean, or something like that. But that's my son's favorite manga ever. He loves it. And a lot of people love it. It's very popular over there, especially.
People can blast through that in less than a year, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of good reading there.
We got Billy D, who's a member as well. Billy D. Williams. How you doing, my friend? At the minimum effort puppy level. Thank you for that. And then we've got Ian Carrolls, who says, where's your mariachi band, Mike? No band, no proof. He's got a point. He definitely has a point. That's not a real band. That was you just going da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
The pronouns, him, he. What does that mean?
Woke Bond, the pronouns, he, him.
It
he,
better
him.
not be woke. If James Bond,
Bond, James Bond.
it better not turn out woke. I'll lose my freaking shit if they mess with my James Bond. Because I have looked to James Bond as a mentor as I became an adult male. I was seeking role models and mentors in the pop cultural realm, and I turned to James Bond for an example as to how I, as a man, could behave in the real world.
Okay, so yeah, what everybody's discussing about this. Oh, thank you, Monkey Jeebus, for coming a new member. Thank you. Yay. What is it? It is a minimum effort puppy. So you get a sticker. Let's do our thing here. We got the minimum effort puppy. This is Mikey's favorite. Where did we lose Clobby?
I think his internet popped out.
Oh, okay. I hope so. You scared him away, didn't you? It's all you, Mike.
Right. See that other puppy on the side.
He's
watching?
ready to go.
The other puppy on the side watching. That's fucking Bambino. That little.
No, the one on the side seems like he's just waiting for his turn. The other one on the thing is like, no, I don't want to do that. Get fuck off. What? No, I don't want to do this. Never mind. Okay. Basically, he says Bond is evolving just as men are evolving. That's kind of the main point of it.
What?
Yeah. Alluding to the fact that men need to suck some dick too, I guess.
No.
Mikey, you just got to get used to it. We're going to have to learn how.
No, we are not. No.
And we have to learn to lay naked together and it not be sexual.
How is laying naked anywhere near you not going to be sexual? That is like
I know, I'm such a sexy beast. It's
No,
tough.
wait, I didn't mean it like that. No, stop. Wait, hold on.
You won't be able to control yourself, I'm sure.
No, I will. Wait, hold on. I patted myself in a corner. Now I don't know what to say. I'm going to shut up.
Okay, so thank you. Six has got another version of it here. Let's bring that up. James Bond producer is looking for a new 007 who will commit for a decade. Bond evolving as men are evolving.
Oh,
Well, if that's the headline, I can guarantee it's not going to be Henry Cavill or what's his ass, Idris Elba. It's still in the early days, which means we're not going to see another one for probably 3-4 years. The Luther Star recently said he didn't see Bond when he looks in the mirror. Remarks that some have interpreted as Elba's valediction to 007. Whatever. Okay. Broccoli and Wilson hadn't recently spoken to the longtime Bond candidate and at the time of this interview, but they say they understand he's great. Okay, that's about Idris Elba. Not happening. This thing's a couple years off, as I just said. It's a 10 to 12 year commitment. Let's see here.
Sorry about that, everybody. My internet.
No,
blinked.
that happens.
Internet
No
blinked
worries.
on me this time.
We're just talking about Bond. I'm trying to find the most interesting parts of this. It's not just about casting an actor for the film. It's about a reinvention.
No.
No, it's only been about reinvention the last time.
Use find in page.
Oh, fuck this stupid thing. With Craig when he had conversation with, well, I'm going to do it. I really want to be part of it. This is talking about when he took the commitment on. As Bronson once said, she quotes, "More people have walked on the moon than have played James Bond." I guess that's true. It's an evolution. Bond is evolving, just as men are evolving. Oh, she said this, not Craig.
Oh, the broccoli.
Yes.
Air.
Yeah. See, he's getting credited with it when she's the one who said it. I don't know who's evolving at a faster pace. Huh. She adds, cracked Bond open emotionally, bringing audience into the character's inner life. Films over his tenure were the first time we really connected the emotional arc. Okay. All right. Well, Bond is truly dead.
Yep. Not
Like, I mean, if James Bond
anyway,
is not even safe from the woke, I mean, we're kind of
he's
fucked
not.
there. I mean, like,
yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Craig ones anyway, but at least, now we know for sure it's dead. Not even anything resembling Bond anymore.
I haven't watched Bond since Roger Moore.
Can't say I blame you. Although
Roger Moore.
I mean, Six and guys on the panel, I mean, maybe we can put our heads together and think about who is it from Midnight's Edge After Dark that we could nominate to be the next Bond. Someone who, oh, wow, what a surprising idea. I did not expect that. Oh,
We'll have the first Hispanic Bond, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Imagine my song, in the opening, how they have a different thing. Like, dun dun dun
wow.
Hola. El nombre es Iron Bond.
Jaime Bond.
007.
We know you can drink the real Bond or the original Bond under the
I
table.
definitely could do the martinis.
Actually, wouldn't it be like Bandito?
You know what?
Bandito.
I know what should happen. We should have like a casting call. 6, I nominate you to be the casting director, and I will be on the sofa.
Done. You have to do what I tell you if you want the role, Mikey.
I'm ready.
Let me get my duct tape.
I will do.
I don't know if you're ready for this.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I am committed to the role, 6.
Jaime Bandito.
And I am highly motivated to do my job very well and be very thorough.
God, what would be my mission if they recast me as Bond? One tortilla boy.
You'd be going undercover as a rabbit chicken farmer.
Like I'd have to like break a ring of international smuggling or human trafficking. Yep. And Darth Maul's hitting it. Can you imagine the opening credits? I'm gonna get some smoking hot chicks naked for those like black and white shots.
The old Maurice Binder credits.
For Mexican eyes only. Only party.
Wow. There you go.
Jaime Bandito. In. For Mexico eyes only.
Oh my God. And then when I go out on assignment, I should have like those like racks of bullets going over my shoulders, like in the Three Amigos.
Mm-hmm.
And with the 6-shooter.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Free margarita with ticket.
Yes, it's a good one, Steph. Take out Castro. There you go.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, we can do a better job of like all these scripts. Even if they're parodies, we can do better than all these idiots in Hollywood. All of them.
Yep.
I heard you guys talking Fantastic Four earlier. I mean, it's Fantastic Four has been around so long. I forget that they're Marvel. Is that wrong? Is that weird, Klobby?
Say again.
Fantastic Four has been around so long, and they've had such their own story arcs. I almost forget that they're even Marvel.
Yeah, well, they started it all before there really were Marvel. I mean, they were
That's what
Atlas
I mean.
before that. Yeah, so there would be no Marvel without them. They weren't Marvel when they started. They were really technically Atlas comics at that point, but they kind of ushered in that Marvel age. So nothing else happened. Spidey, Avengers, Hulk, Thor, none of them.
License to kill. License to kill. I don't need no stinking license.
Oh my God! And then when the terror scene, like where they have me locked up, like I'll be locked up and I'll be underneath a Mayan Aztec volcano pyramid.
I want to see this movie now.
And the only way I get out is that I have to like reach, like I'm handcuffed, but I have to reach for this broom handle that I then have to hit the piñata. And once I break the piñata, then I can escape.
Oh Lord! The bad guy's name is the Gringo.
Yeah, the bad guy's name will be like Bartholomew or some shit.
We got. It looks like Gonzalo Bergali gifted a bunch of memberships. I'm so sorry. I know what I'm trying to say here. Looks like Ham Dinger, Hitchhiker 42, Many Dragon 5, Southern Viking, Dawn of Mutilation, and Sig Tread got gifted. Thank you so much, Gonzalo Bergali. And I noticed you did it the other day at the end of the show as well. Thank you for that. Or these were missed from yesterday. Yeah, it looks like it.
4K
okay.
for you or something?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yes. Okay. That's it. Yes. So yes, thank you for that. Is Gonzalo even here? Yes, he is. Okay, cool. Cool beans. All right. So yeah, we were talking a little bit about Fantastic Four before you got in here, Mikey, because they have writers. And we were looking at their resume.
Oh, okay. Great.
So you know what they had written?
What fine esteemed they're
that good.
That sounds like summer on my grandmother's cottage on the lake in the sky.
You could even add a frog to that.
Wait, because I wasn't listening for a few minutes because I was rushing to get upstairs. So are you telling me that the writers that they pick for Fantastic Four don't have, like, it's another like Rings of Power situation?
Very
pretty much.
Clean resume.
Wow.
Absolutely spotless resume, in fact. Immaculate. It's like the Invisible Girl.
Well, that's not true. They wrote like that one thing and then that other thing that nobody heard of. The thing. Bert and Arnie's Guide to Friendship.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Did you look on IMDb? Because I think we proved the other morning that IMDb is not...
I did, and actually IMDb 100%. Is usually it's more accurate, but it's not always up to date.
Well, here's the thing about that is that
I didn't check their wiki. No, if that's what you're asking.
People are fast to put credits on when they're allowed to, given what they're working on, and they are slow to take them off.
Maybe those guys are the same guys who wrote Santa's Husband Part 2.
Santa's getting a new hobby.
Oh, that was the other guy. Sorry, that's what was his name? Kibbles and Bits.
Yeah, it was Kibbles and Bits and Bits and Bits.
He's probably a friend of theirs, though. These guys, probably.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four are going to be fabulous.
Fabulous.
I'm Johnny Storm, and I'm dating Iceman. We're Fire and Ice.
Yeah. As soon as I see the casting, I'll know everything I need to know about the movie, because that's crucial. Even though I don't, and it's going to be bad.
We need Arnold Schwarzenegger as the thing.
Guys, we have a title for my movie.
I thought it was From Mexico with Love. Okay, it's Senor Jaime Bandito in The Mexican Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
Mexicans are forever.
What was wrong? What'd I do now? Lord knows what I did now.
Oh my God, Big Daddy's dropping cash like at a strip club. Not that I would know what that looks like.
Me either. Never been to one. Ever.
I haven't been to one at all since Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Big Daddy. Looks like we have Sean Estep, Holy Hand Grenade, Slacker 23, Michelin O'Rourke, Johansson, if I'm saying that right. And Jabbering Jester, thank you so much for that, Big Daddy MRI. You guys are awesome sauce.
Cool. Hey there. Lovely Sherry's here. There you go, Mike. See?
Uh-oh.
It's a nice night now.
Mikey's getting hot under the collar.
I'm getting the South Carolina vapors.
She's here to see me, not you.
No.
The girl is mine. Mine.
Sherry?
No, it would no. You better not. You better turn your
Don't
attention.
waste your time.
Turn your attention elsewhere directions, sir. Because if not, who knows who might get audited by the IRS?
I may have to challenge you to a duel.
I don't need a duel. I just need to make a phone call.
Oh, well, that's true.
She got the way to move me, Sherry. Look who's here.
Oh my God,
Gary.
I'm
with a
only
J.
here for a minute because I got to go
Who
do
the
a
fuck let
another
him in?
show.
I
Oh,
don't
shut
know.
up, Six. You're so mean to me.
He had a key to the back door, evidently.
Yeah, it's back door. So what's going on?
I'm surprised
Not
you have
much.
time to join us for a live stream because you have 47 live streams on your channel all week long.
What?
He's live streaming right now.
I'm
Yeah, he's
actually
on here.
I'm supposed to be joining someone else, and I saw yours, and I'm like, is this a meeting? And it's like, oh no, it's
No,
live.
no. I just gave it to you earlier because I wasn't sure.
You
who
know
was
what?
showing
You
up.
notice that he didn't say he had to go till he saw that I was here. Now all of a sudden he doesn't have time to be here. He's like Clobby.
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
do?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not Clobby. I mean, he's like Culture Casino.
Wow, man.
I love it when Culture, this is the first time ever he's let me know he wasn't showing up. And I'm like, bitch, you never show up. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Gary, long time no see, buddy.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to
All right,
see
man.
you guys, including you, Six, Meanie.
Gary, I love you.
I love you too, hon. I love all you guys. Shit, you guys are great. But I got to split. I'm on a Star Wars Rumble show.
No worries.
By a friend of mine in Kansas City. But I saw this and I had to find out what was going on. So it's good to see you guys.
We were just talking shit about you.
Hey,
True.
I don't mind as long as you're.
I know, as long as you're
about me.
talking about you. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Bye, Gary.
Bye.
Take care, Gary. Did we have a
Just
few
one
more
more
here,
minute,
Six,
then.
that I missed? Oh, sorry. What was that,
I
Six?
am still sending them to you, Tom.
Got it. Okay, so we had Subsaiyan 4, who got one from Jim Watari. Thank you so much, Jim Watari, for gifting memberships. Jose Luis Castellanos, if I could talk today. I talk not good for me day. Cosmic Vader didn't get one, but just said hello to Mexican Iron Man.
What the?
We got John Phillips
Maybe I
and
should
Zach.
read 'em.
Yeah, you should just read them. I'm horrible
Okay,
at this.
so Mr. Buttcrack Media, he gifted 5 Midnight's Edge After Dark memberships.
Thank you.
Hey.
And the memberships from Mr. Buttcrack Media are Zachariah 315, Ensign Jimmy, Cecil Neal, JC Gonzo, and Jeremy M. Thank you so much for that. And then we also had Jim Watari gift 10 Midnight's Edge memberships.
Wow.
And those went to Tim Tringle Jr., Soul Assassin, LQ3, Marcus Stulfarer, phonetically, Ultra Savvy, Zachary Schmidt, Darren Gatewood, Sup Saiyan 4.
That's what I couldn't say.
Jose Luis Castellanos, John Phillips. Yeah. So that was it for Jim Watari. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jim Watari and Buttcrack Media. You guys are awesome. Here's some claps for you. I'm not going to give you the clap. I'm just going to. Saggy wants you to notice her, Mikey.
And Mr. Buttcrack Media
did.
has also been a member for 5 months at the minimum effort puppy.
Well, thank you so much for that. We'll give you a bored corgi. There you go. Because they're so cute. And since Tim Tringle said yay, we'll do Six's favorite button.
Yay!
Yep.
How you doing, Saggy? We are, let's see here. We're only 35 minutes into the show.
Is that all?
Wow. We have not much else to talk about. There really wasn't much for news. We do have a couple more super chats, though. We got Willie the Epic Monkey King who says, I'll watch Bond movies with you, Mike. Does he mean with you in them or just with you, like Netflix and chilling.
Either way, baby.
So long as everybody has their clothes on, we're good.
But you can be naked with a man and it still not be gay, Mike. You have to learn how to do that.
No, I don't want to be tested. Take my word for it. We're good.
All right. Jack White says One Piece started in 97 and the creator said he wants to finish it in the next 5 years. And that was 2 or 3 years he said that. So 2-3 years ago, I think he said that is what he was saying. Then we got Jack White again. So probably by 2024 or 2025, it will be done. There you go. Stephanie Janicek is in the house. How you doing? Says Sean Connery and Roger Moore are rolling in their graves. I agree. James Bond doesn't need to evolve. The world needs to evolve to him. Well, it's just pretty much he's got one purpose, right? I mean, yeah, it's one thing to add some characteristics to him and get into some other aspects of his character. But James Bond should stay the same for a reason. Like there's like this whole idea of like why we refer to you James Bond a character. That's because you find somebody who fits the role. You don't change the role to fit the actor. And that's exactly what they fucking did this last time out. And that's why I'm not a huge fan, but I'm not looking forward to those films when I get to them for that very reason. Because to me, Bond is kind of set in the zeitgeist.
That's why I don't look. I'm one of those who does not like the Craig stuff at all. He's Jason Bourne. He's angsty. He's mopey. Doesn't have any of the Bond charm that any of the other actors who before him played into the part. He's a little bit supposed to be larger than life. He's not supposed to be grounded too far in reality. Even some of the, I'm not saying it always has to be the outrageous stuff like Moonraker, although that's a fun movie. They took it too far into the dirt, and I don't like any of his movies. Casino Royale is a pretty good film. It's just not really a Bond film to me. Other than that, I think the other ones are awful. And as a Bond fan, even though I didn't like the Brosnan stuff that much, he was still playing Bond very well, I thought. And of course, I love Dalton. A lot of people don't. I love Timothy Dalton. I wish he'd have got a chance to do it more. But, they've really just changed the character so much, even before all this woke crap they're going to be doing to him. And the Craig stuff. Craig is James Bond. He's not James Bond.
Aiken's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Says hi. All Bond did suffer emotionally when his wife was killed, and it showed in subsequent films or movies. Sorry, Daniel Craig Bond when his girlfriend drowned. Yeah, that's what they're referring to most likely. And then we've got the Walt Man here who says, like clockwork, Amazon has deleted bad reviews again on Rags of Power. And at this point, is the season 1 even over yet? No. They've got how many episodes yet? 3 or 4 at least, or more. I think it's at least, it has to be a certain number.
Total?
I can't. Yeah.
So, and they've done what, 5? Did the 5th one drop this morning?
I don't know.
Really? I don't even know when the show drops.
Sunday's House of Dragon. Never mind.
Friday. Friday morning is
Friday they drop. Thursday night, whatever. Tonight. I don't know anymore.
Which show? Reagan's or whatever? I thought that was Thursday. Oh.
And I think JC Gonzo and Jeremy M were 2 names we didn't get to read yet, right? 6. They got memberships from Butt Crack Media, or did we get them all?
I'm sorry, what? I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I thought you sent me some more here, so I didn't know if you read them all or what.
I read all. Yes, I read all. You can
okay. Jack White says there's a second link in the email sent you can cover. I have nothing to add to that one, Jack. I have no frame of reference. Sorry.
We are not anime people here.
Yeah, we're not quite anime people here. Mikey's probably the closest at this point. Willie the Epic Monkey King says, I just wanted to simp for 6. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
hi, Willie. Thank you.
Can't blame him.
Little Willie don't go home. Captain Phantom Nerd has been a member for 17 whopping months. Thank you so much for that. And the Knight of Snake had a question for us. Says, this is a late question, but in this continued age of sequels and remakes, do you ever foresee in our lifetime the industry continue that never got intended to closure or remake bad shows, movies that with good ideas sprinkled in them to make it better, or is it near impossible simply because of lack of popular demand, etc.? Well, if I'm understanding the question,
I'd say that usually if it's something that hasn't had a lot of popularity with it, they're not going to be wanting to take the chances on it. They're not risk takers as much. They're going to go what they think is the sure bet. When they do these remakes, 95% of the time, it's something that was established, that was popular. Of course, they never measure up to it either. But the idea is sound enough when you say something that didn't last or didn't make it, but had potential but didn't last long enough, would be an interesting thing to remake. I can kind of get behind a little bit. They won't take chances like that very often anyway. I wouldn't say.
Yeah. As far as like never got intended closure, sometimes shows will get picked up again, but not often. Like once it's done, it's done. As far as remake bad shows or movies, yeah, going along with what Klobby said, they generally won't pay attention to something that's shit. But if it's something that would actually was a hit, then they will. But yeah, once in a great while, we'll get something, but not too often. The days of like Scarface and The Fly and things like that, where we get a remake that's actually technically better than the original, I think are way gone. Unless somebody
so rare. John Carpenter's thing is rare.
Yeah,
and
it's
even
the
that,
thing.
But the thing is, that film was closer to the original story that it was written in the first place. So yes, technically you could call it a remake, but it's not quite as much either.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've never read the book, so I don't know if that's more of a readaptation or if it's because my rule always said if something is based on a book, it's a readaptation. But if they take something that was unique to one of the original films and add it to their film, then it becomes a remake, in my opinion. A great example is when they redid Carrie. The original version of it was closer to the book, didn't have much to do with anything that they changed, right? When they saw the screening, MGM's like, well, we want the ending like De Palma's version. So then they started adding things that were like the De Palma version that weren't in the book. So at that point, to me, then it becomes a remake, not a readaptation. That's kind of the best way I can kind of explain it, in my opinion, anyway. Because, I mean, we've gotten how many different, like, Robin Hoods or Christmas Carols and shit like that, so...
Yeah, and Sherlock Holmes, Dracula's, and all these other ones. They're all fair game for new interpretations. And you could pick and choose which ones you like the best. I'm totally with you. But it's remaking some things that are just remakes of something that's great, like the movie Fright Night, one of my all-time favorite movies. You remake that, it's just nothing's going to measure up no matter how good the actors are, because that had Roddy McDowall and Chris Sarandon, and it's just such a great movie. People go, oh, yeah, but it's David. I like David Tennant. But I'm sorry, it just doesn't fit, especially since you don't have Chris Sarandon. I'm just using that as a glaring example of a movie that didn't need a remake. RoboCop, not necessary to have it remade at all.
Yeah, you're right. But RoboCop at the same time is one of those that screams like it could continue as a franchise in some way. But you're right. I agree with you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I've never had as big a problem with sequels than remakes. They're just rarely, it's tough to make one that's good. A sequel, I'm game, because if you have a character that lends itself to further adventures, I'm there. Remakes, 99% of the time, I got no use for them. And usually, like, they remade It's a Wonderful Life. And
I think I heard something about this. Yeah,
they actually did a sex swap. It was Wayne. It was what's her name? What was that? Phil Donahue's wife. I forgot her name now.
It was I vaguely remember it. Yeah.
Anyway, in the early 70s, they remade It's a Wonderful Life. Why would you remake that? It was a TV movie. Why? It's called. I think they called it. It Happened One Christmas, but it was a remake.
That's it. Yeah. And didn't they redo that again in the 80s too or some shit like that?
I don't know, but they did have a Miracle on 34th Street remake.
Oh, we've had a few of those, remake,
which is unnecessary as well. I mean,
yeah, I mean, some of them I don't mind. Like, okay, King Kong is a straight up remake, right? Like that was a film original first, but I actually don't mind any. I mean, I understand those who don't like the remakes, but I don't hate all the remakes. To me, Kong is one of those stories that can be retold over and over and over again. And with the new technology, you can just do it in a new way. Like those don't bother me.
It is part of adapting a book also. So
sort of, yeah, because they wrote the book so they had the copyright.
But if one version gets it definitive, then I'm not saying it's evil to make the remake. I'm just saying that's with Willis O'Brien original King Kong is all I'll ever need. I hate Dino's version. I hate Peter Jackson's version. Like they're just not necessary for me.
That's fair.
But, just me.
But you got to remember, we've also had the Godzilla versus Kong versions, which turned into the Toho version, and then, of course, now we have the MonsterVerse version,
Skull Island
ones, yeah. So I mean, it's not like Kong hasn't been redone and redone and redone. They even had a animated musical remake of King Kong. Most people don't realize.
I haven't seen that one.
It's horrible. But we got a member chat from Willie the Epic Monkey King. I don't know if you have it to bring up on screen or not, Six, but do you want me to just read it here? Or?
King Kong lives out there.
If you could read it, that'd be great.
Okay. Since it's slow here, I wanted to ask, How long do you think that indie filmmakers and showrunners would be able to make content on YouTube with enough quality to compete with Hollywood, bro fist for all? How long do you think it'll take before they can? I think is what you're trying to ask, Willie. We're kind of there now because pretty much as long as you have the talent, the equipment that we have on our phones and computers is not much different than what they use in Hollywood, right? Like, so that's the beauty of it. A lot of it's just knowing how to shoot it, how to edit it, and maybe having some people, if you want to do some special effects, that kind of know how to do some special effects. Other than that, I mean, you can shoot a movie on your phone right now, and make it look good. I don't know if anybody else has anything to add or subtract from that, but I mean, to me, a lot of it is just making sure your lighting is good, your composition is good, and your sound is very important. Things that a lot of amateur filmmakers and independent filmmakers don't take into consideration is the sound. The sound can be key to making a movie go from feeling amateur to feeling like it's an actual production. So that's one thing I would suggest you check into. But other than that, just find a style that's uniquely owned, find some good actors, find a good tight script, plan out your locations and stuff like that. Before you know it, you can make a movie that looks just like anything made in Hollywood. Most iPhones and stuff.
Yeah, for iPhones, I was going to say I've seen commercials where they, the commercial is basically a movie and they say shot on iPhone number, whatever, or owned an iPhone. So I don't really know the details, but
yeah, because a lot of iPhones have 4K cameras and stuff now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have that option out there. I mean, definitely can do it now if you have the ability. That's all it really takes is the, you might have to spend a few bucks on a few things here and there, but I say go for it if you got a good idea. Mikey's been quiet.
Sorry, I've been handling an emergency in the background.
No, you're fine. I was curious if you were busy.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm half here, half looking at my phone, waiting for it to blow up again. It's so hard. It's so hard being 3 hours ahead of California, and California hasn't closed yet.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, because I still have staff working for another hour, and so.
So what's Johnny Depp trending for now?
He's dating his lawyer.
Is he really?
What's his name?
No, Camilla's got a boyfriend.
Not that lawyer.
Oh, a different lawyer.
The UK trial. The UK trial
from
lawyer.
the UK trial lawyer. Oh.
The sandy blonde?
No, the darker haired one. Oh. Yeah, I got a picture here. I guess I can bring it up. Hang on. Johnny.
What's up, Donnie?
Boom. That's who he's dating.
Oh, hello there. Well, when she's ready to downgrade.
And she's married on top of it all? Interesting.
What do you mean she's married?
That's what Darth Maul claims.
Oh, Mason Iron Man does not do married chicks. I mean, not that I have a lot of standards, but I definitely do not like anywhere near chicks.
The best part about married chicks is there's no commitment.
No. I just
get it.
Yeah, I know, but that's one line I just don't do. I just don't cross that line.
No, I hear you. I was just being a jokester. All right. Was there anything else to really yak about? Because we could probably close this down a little early tonight, if not.
Okay, let's close it down.
I think we covered most of the important stuff.
Yeah, was there anything pressing? I don't think so.
I sent you everything I had.
You did. Bryant Barth wants to know about Megalopolis. Oh yeah, I hope he does a great job, Bryant. I hope he does. I hope he spends all his money on it and his kids get pissed. That's what I would do. You kids think you're getting an inheritance? Yeah. Well, you better hope this motherfucking movie's a hit. What? Because I'm spending all my money on it, and when I'm done, I'm dying. Fuck you, kids.
So Mark S47 just alerted me to an article in something called Giant Freaking Robot.
Oh God.
Oh, that's gonna be
what?
What do they say?
They say that Star Trek 4 recasting Next Generation crew for reboot.
Oh, I saw that. I don't believe a fucking thing Giant Freaking Robot writes.
All right.
Jack White says the other link I sent you was about One Piece film Red making 15 billion yen. And I sent another email about a new Paul Greengrass project. And then Eduardo Guerrero says, look at Star Trek Axanar or Predator Dark Ages. They are already there or almost. I take both anytime or over whatever come from official sources. Yeah, as far as quality wise. Yep, exactly. And then Goddess of Whim says, working tonight so I can see Flogging Molly on Saturday. Awesome. I'll catch the replay. Have a good show, gang. Well, that's cool, Goddess of Whim. Hopefully the show is good. Let's see what this Peter Greengrass deal is about from Jack White. Let's see here. He will adapt a Stephen King fairy tale. Not familiar with that story. Centers around Charlie Reed, a 17-year-old high school student who begins doing odd jobs for his recluse elderly neighbor, Mr. Bowditch. When Bowditch dies, he leaves Charlie a recorded message revealing that the shed on his property contains a portal to another world. Inside that world, a battle between good and evil rages as Charlie gets a chocolate factory. No, just kidding. Charlie finds himself caught and right in the middle of it. Greengrass is also writing the script for Fairy Tale, which he will produce alongside Greg Goodman. Although King adaptations are often hit and miss, Greengrass's involvement bodes well for the movie's success. His features include Bourne franchise, Captain Phillips, News of the World, and he received his first Oscar nomination for directing United 93, but lost to Scorsese. There you go. News of the World wasn't too bad. I'm the Bourne franchise. I'm meh to whatever on. I've never actually seen Captain Phillips. I'm the captain now. That's all I know from it.
I liked it. It was good.
Fairy Tale joins several other King adaptations currently in the works, including Salem's Lot, Billy Summers, The Talesman, and other tales are in varying stages of development. The next film based on his work is Mr. Harrington's Phone, an adaptation of the novella that originally appeared in King's 2020 collection of If It Bleeds. And that premieres October 5th already on Netflix. There you go. There you be, kids. So if you're a Stephen King fan or a Greengrass fan, that's some news. Then Zontar says, Tom, you see Cyberpunk Edgerunners yet? No, I have not yet. It's a little obscure. You may not have heard of it. You're right, I haven't. Thanks for alerting it to me. Or alerting me to it. That's what I'm meant to say. I will definitely try to check that out. No, that's one I know everybody wants everybody to check out, and I just haven't had the time yet. In fact, I haven't even got to watch the new Beavis and Butthead yet. We were watching that just before the show started. Cloppy and I and Six were.
Love it.
But yeah. But no, we've managed to push this out to almost an hour, so I think that's
There you go.
about as good as we can
Well
hope
done.
for. Mikey, are you got anything coming up anytime soon you want to plug?
I guess Polly's birthday, Sunday at 1 Pacific.
Yeah.
Or Eastern. Actually, I don't know what time it is. I think it's at 1 o'clock Eastern.
I think so. Yeah. Maybe.
There you go.
I mean, I have things I want to plug, but me and Six are going to talk about that offline.
Oh.
Get it? Ha ha!
Oh.
I made it
Wow,
funny
chica,
again.
Wow.
You know what? I'm funnier than you guys think.
Yeah. And then Holy Hand Grenade says, fuck all that shit. Watch Full Metal Alchemist. I got so many damned things to watch. You guys have recommended as far as anime and stuff, but I will try to get to some of them sooner or later. Monkey Jeebus wants to know if I can do some Mead Radio. Yeah, then I watched Space Truckers instead. Hey, that counts because that helped inspire Cowboy Bebop. I shit you not. Space Truckers rules. Monkey Jeebus. I might do some Mead Radio. I got the Thursday Throwdown coming up in what? Like, it's less than 2 hours, I think.
Couple hours, 3 hours. Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah,
it's
I
more
heard
than
Culture
two.
promote that on his 6-minute daily.
Yeah, but he doesn't promote this show, and he never comes on here.
Exactly.
Yeah. See how he is?
I see how he is. I'm keeping tabs on that Culture Casino guy.
I write stuff down.
If maybe there's 2 hours between now and the Throwdown, I might just manage to squeeze in a Mead Radio, but I wouldn't count on it. Maybe afterwards, though. Klobby, what do you got coming out? I know you always got stuff coming up.
Well, in a couple hours, or less than a couple of hours, at 9 p.m. Central, we've got Klobby's Clubhouse with Raquel and Mark D. As always, having a little bit of fun there, of course. I think tomorrow night I'll be on the comic shop with my good buddy Nick Weiser. We do every on 8 p.m. 8:30 Central rather. We do every Friday night. We'll be reviewing some comics, some what if comics there with the gang there, and Saturday night Star Trek. 9 p.m. Central, as always. Raquel and I reviewing Deep Space Nine right now. 4 more episodes.
Space.
And I had my buddy, our buddy Michael French on the other day from Retro Blasting this Monday, and had a great time hanging out with him.
Oh, I miss Mike.
That was a
It's been
fun
a while.
video. I told him hello for you.
Well, thank you. Oh, here we go. Mecha J's opening a can. What did we think of Andor? Well, we gave our initial reactions to it already, but I didn't hate it so far. I'm willing to give it a little bit more of a chance. It's slow moving, but there's nothing in it so far that has completely turned me off, and I don't hate all the characters. The actors are fairly decent. Mikey, did you get a chance to check it out yet?
Nope.
Klobby, I know you did.
Yeah, like I said, I thought the last bit of the 3rd episode kind of redeemed it. Kept my interest when it was waning a bit, to be honest, with a lot of padding and I had some issues with it kind of being a little bit stretched and slow and like padding a little, but I'll stick with it. I think it was a pretty interesting show so far. It looks good. And like you said, there's nothing, I mean, early on, it didn't take long for some of the other shows to make me angry immediately. This one has not done that yet. It hasn't been hateable or anything like that. So who knows? I'll give it a chance. I'll stay with it for a little bit.
Yeah, like there's some things that bother me as well, but you know, nothing like you said that has driven me away yet. And 6, I think you've enjoyed it for the most part, right?
It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're being very like you're
Well,
holding
I know.
back, or
Well, I have a hard time talking about it without giving away spoilers, and I would hate to do that.
at this
to
point, I
somebody.
don't.
Yeah,
Well,
I hear
I don't
you.
know if anybody really cares right now about spoilers, but yeah, I hear you.
There was too many moments where it didn't feel like Star Wars. I'm a big fan of
Mhm.
Diego Luna. I thought he does a great job. I like the character of Cassian Andor. We didn't get any Mon Mothma yet, and she's one of my favorite all-time Star Wars characters. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. There's so many things that didn't line up. That he's been in this fight since he was 6 years old. Really?
Don't look like it from here.
You were like
yeah.
15 when
No,
you were
don't look
abducted
like
from your planet. So
Yeah, that's an old 6.
Oops.
that's, yeah. I'm going to keep watching it, and I really do have high hopes for it. Not as high as they usually are. So
Yeah, you've tempered your expectations, it seems like.
yeah, I kind of got I got the wind taken out of my sails a
Little
bit.
shell shock. from
Yeah, but
Obi
it's
and-
not. It's definitely better than Obi-Wan. It's definitely better than Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of why I'm not harder on it than I probably am, to be honest with you, because it's just not as bad as those two were, to where it's like, okay, yeah, this is
Right.
palatable.
Yeah, but we watched, what was it, like 90 minutes that we saw? If that was a movie,
Yeah.
then I would be like, eh. But
Yeah,
the
fail.
fact that I give it a higher grade because of what's to come. And that's not really how you should.
No.
Yeah.
How should I judge the amount of time that I spent watching it and talking about it? The
Well,
time I spent talking about it with Klobby, Tom, and Polly, that was great. I had a great time with them, but it's not, it's not. If you don't have Disney Plus, don't go get it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying too on Paulie's show the other night, is I don't want to rate it yet because I want to give it a few more episodes before I judge it. And it's not because I'm like waiting for it to necessarily go off the rails, but like that's the problem, really. The biggest gripe of the whole thing is we've had 90 minutes of show and ain't jack shit happened. Like really, if you boil down to it, there's been like 4 things that have happened in the whole show that are very minimal. And outside of the main idea that we know that he's going to wind up somehow with the rebellion, which is already being set up in this 3rd episode here. So finally they got to that.
Yeah, because he takes off with that guy, but we don't
Yeah.
have the payoff. We don't know where he's going to end up.
No.
So when you say there not much has happened, if we knew where he was going to end up, then yeah, that's probably something big because his whole world is changing.
And that might be why.
knowing. Go ahead.
I was just saying that might be why like Chris and them guys are having a better reaction than we are because they got to see that 4th fucking episode. We didn't.
Yeah, and
And
how
I
many
wonder if
fucking
that-
times? How much time do we have to spend watching a show before we decide?
Yeah.
You know, 3 episodes. I understand why they did the 3 episodes because it should have been 1 episode. And I think you said that they could have edited it down to like maybe an hour.
Oh,
and had that be 1 episode. You know, I think more is more. I like, extended editions, that kind of thing. But I understand what you're saying with that. And so I know that's why they dropped those 3 episodes because it's like one big chunk of the story. So I'm glad that they did that.
I'm a fan of more too when I like something already. I mean, that's the difference. Like 9 times out of 10, I will not recommend somebody see a director's cut or an extended edition first. Very rarely. Like the only times I think the exception I'll make would be like The Lord of the Rings, obviously, and maybe Aliens. Like even a lot of the other ones, it's like I want people to be able to discover the other version for themselves, right? Like because to me in this case though, it's like I'm watching this as an editor. I'm like, you can cut this, you can cut that, you could trim that down, you could tighten that up. A lot of this could just be dialogue. You don't need to. I mean, I know I'm a big fan of show not tell, but nothing like they wasted how much on that flashback where a whole lot of nothing really happened.
We don't even know what happened because there's no fucking subtitles.
Well, there's that
we can
too,
see the
but
action, but that was
Why do you need subtitles in Star Wars?
I wanted subtitles in these scenes.
well, she's got a point. Normally they do have subtitles.
Are they speaking
it took place
Spanish
in
or
where?
something? I don't
Where'd
get
you
it.
say Tijuana?
Well,
Wait a
when he
minute.
gets to his
How did
new
that-
planet, his original planet is more like South America, Colombia kind of thing.
Wait a
like,
minute, are they speaking Spanish in this show?
I don't know if they're actually speaking Spanish, but they're definitely kind of. It's not. It's on the nose, but it's not like in your face as some of this other shit. But it's pretty clear that Cassio comes from like a planet that's a lot like South America, and then the planet he winds up from that he's operating from in the main part of the show is a lot like Mexico.
Yeah.
So it's like East LA.
More like Tijuana.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Now get your seatbelts on when I watch it.
Let me put it to you this way, Mike.
Am I going to like it? You know me. Am I going to like this thing?
You might
know
not,
me.
but you might. It's not like woke on the nose shit though. That's the beauty of it. So
No.
like, in that part they've tamed that part. But you got a line like that really stuck out to me is like, and you'll know what I mean is like when the one character goes, "If you can't get it here, you don't need it." Like that's the kind of thing you
right.
You hear in Mexico all the time. You can't find it here. You don't need it. Yeah.
First
Do they have
two episodes-
lightsabers?
No.
No lightsabers
It
yet.
doesn't even
luckily.
feel like Star Wars. First two episodes is going
Yeah.
to be a challenge to stay awake, to be honest with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's what I
Yeah,
for me,
there hasn't been a bunch of member-berry Star Wars stuff at all.
No.
Really.
No, it
Even
wasn't
the-
really in your face type of stuff.
No.
I mean, they're there, but I like member berries though, so maybe it's.
I do too.
There's a few Easter eggs here and there, little bits and pieces, I think, but nothing so far that screams Star Wars. So I have yet to decide if that's a good or a bad thing yet.
Yeah.
See, because to me,
I
with these
disagree.
shows, they should be able to explore different aspects in different areas. And this is the one thing that we've been bitching about the start, even though this character's in Rogue One and we already know where he winds up. It's not a character that's treading on a bunch of ground we've seen before until we get to like Mon Mothma and stuff like that, to where at this point, all these characters are new. They don't have any attachment to anybody. So we don't have to hear like anything about Uncle Owen or anything like that being related to this guy or something, just some tangential attachment just to make it seem like they're supposed to be. That's what I appreciate about the show so far. If anything, that's the word I'd use. I appreciate this show more than I actually like it.
Okay, I get it. I'm with you. All right. Well, I'm going to go in as a tequila bottle half full with bushy-tailed little rabbit chicken.
You might want to go in with a tequila bottle, just saying.
No.
Well, at least they didn't
Yeah.
have, not yet anyway, a planet full of sand.
This is true.
Not a lot of sand yet, but it's coming. Maybe not.
We had a tropical planet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some weird clothes on because there was one girl in there that she looked like she stole it right off an X-Wing pilot.
I said Mon Mothma, not Mon Mothra. Sometimes I say Mon Mothra though, just to be funny.
Mon Mothra.
Sing the song. She'll show up to kill Darth Vader. Wings and all. No, it's not horrible. But I'm not sold on it yet, which is sad because you're right. Like after 2-3 episodes, we should be able to decide this.
It should be
like
enough.
I did with Hulk and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll pick up. I mean, that last 10 or 15 minutes of the third episode was promising.
Yes.
I thought.
Yeah, but see, that should have been the climax. That should have been the climax of the first episode, and then about 45 minutes, 50 minutes of tops.
2 at tops.
And then we get into the second episode, is where that's where we should be now. Or that first 4 episodes should have just been one big chunk, because that's what it sounds like to me.
Yes.
Or they should have at least aired it and skipped the credits. Don't even have that as an option. Just play one after the other, because you know that if you watch the first one, you're probably going to, well, that's not true. If you're going to watch the second one, you're definitely going to watch the third one. And if you checked out after the first one, that's fine. But if they would have just run them all together for that first big event, then I think that would have been.
Yeah, just give you a play all option where they skip over the things. Because even this one I noticed, I don't know if anybody else had this problem. This is the first time I watched something on there where it wasn't able to skip through the end credits to the next episode.
Really?
Like I had to go out, go back into the thing, get down to the next episode. Yeah, and there's no end credit things or anything like that. And it was like weird. I don't know if maybe the setting was just messed with or something like that. I don't know. It's my kid's Disney Plus, so he may have messed with the settings for all I know. That could very well be.
That little turkey.
Yeah, well.
I think it was Sadie.
It could have been. She does enjoy cooking shows.
I think the fact that Tom and Clobby are both going to keep going, that's promising.
I think the fact that Clobby's just like, fuck no on this, like that says a lot, because I know Clobby ain't got no time for nonsense.
I guess. I don't know, man. I just
you're pretty quick to decide whether you like something or not.
Actually, I'm sticking. I'm maybe the reverse. I'm an idiot. I keep watching She-Hulk, and that's pretty dumb. So that's horrible.
Yeah, but you're probably doing that out of necessity more than anything.
Yeah, I don't advertise reviews of it or anything like that, but I do talk about it. I guess maybe there's a weird curiosity to it. Maybe I just want to see how horribly they ruined Daredevil. But the show,
no, I understand it.
I have no defense watching that.
It's like things that are important to me, even though I would never want to. I still watch like the remakes and stuff just to see where it goes.
No, I hear you.
Like I cut myself off on that CGI animated He-Man, but a lot of that is just so I don't gripe about it. Like I know there's people who enjoy it, so if I watch it, I'm just gonna have problems with it. I can see that up front.
But you're right. No, I'm sorry, I was back.
No, I was just saying, and then I don't want to piss anybody off who is a fan. So like, yeah.
I forced myself to sit through Pea Hard both seasons and Strangled Dude Worms, which those are horrible. And I sat through all of it. People say, "What do? Hate watching it or something?" I sat through all these, except for Miss Marvel. I watched all these terrible Marvel shows. So yeah, I'll put up with anything actually.
And he's gonna watch Namor when it comes out.
You know where a lot of that might come from, Clobby, and I've thought of this before too, because I come from the tail end of that generation to where. Like, I think we grew up in an era where we were just used to not having a whole lot to watch. So it's like,
it's that,
we could put up with a lot more bullshit.
Right. You know what else? I've always gotten this thing where if I say, "Oh, that looks like crap," well, you didn't watch it, did you, Mrs. How you know it's bad? So I just got to a habit, like if I do want to talk about it, no matter how much I think it might be bad, I want to watch it and be fair and have the info. So, and if it does turn out the way I thought, and then you got that armor of, hey, I watched it. I sat through it all, and then they can't say, "Well, you didn't even give it a chance." Oh, I gave it a chance, all right. And there have been plenty of times where I went in thinking I was going to hate something, hoping I'd hate it, so I wouldn't have to say it's good and eat crow. And I went, "Oh, I like that. That was actually, I couldn't believe it." Lately, not often, mind you, but it's happened. So I'm willing to go in, even if I don't think it's going to be good, and be fair to something. It just doesn't always turn out that way lately.
It just reminds me of one of the few funny jokes that Jeff Foxworthy ever did. Like, when we were kids, we only had a couple channels, and God forbid the president was on.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh no, the president's on! Turn the channel. He's on every channel.
Hey, Tim Hayes, I never said I was smart. I did sit through all of it. I deserve any ridicule I get for sitting through P Hard.
Well, and that's the one time I can't argue sometimes with the Zoomers when they say, well, you just liked it because it was all you had at the time. It's like, yeah, for certain things I can understand that. Looking back and going back and revisiting certain things, they were shit. I'll be the first to admit they were garbage. But there's still a charm to them because they were sincere. I mean, in this day and age, it's like the shit's garbage because there's no real excuse for it to be garbage at this point. Like, it's not like it was back in the day to where, you know, yeah, I can understand they couldn't do half the shit they you know, like Lord of the Rings, great example, right? We never got a live action Lord of the Rings because they never could do it. By the time we finally got it, it made sense. If they had done that before that, I bet it would have sucked. It would have been so bad. Yeah. You know, like, I get that, you know, and it's the same thing with Star Trek. There's times where you could sit there and go, well, did we like this because it was good or because it was actually just the only thing we had? And it kind of looks like, you know, something to appeal to kids. Well, that's something I could argue that it was actually good, right? Where there's opposed to certain other shows in the same kind of time period where I would agree that, like, yeah, they're just shit. They were just the only thing we had to watch. Like,
I'll admit to a certain part of, you know, because if they're doing something like horrible stuff like Picard or something, I want to watch it thinking, I go in going, I want to be able to go after this thing. I want to be able to, if it is horrible by the same bunch of idiots that debate all the other horrible stuff, I want to inform myself so I can get into the fray about it. I know it sounds bad. And sometimes you're just curious. Sometimes you go, you know what? I'm just curious to see how bad this can be. That happens as well.
Yeah, well, that's true. The 35th anniversary is in 6 days for TNG, but he's got some bad news here. The second season of The Mighty Ducks dropped. It's too bad I don't care now that they got rid of Emilio Estevez. That really pissed me off. Elf has been a member for 3 months, Mikey.
So what?
And he also sends in a super chat. Says, hey, everybody, I decided to start watching myself. And I was doing it for trolling Mikey. But after the last MEAD, my interest grows. So now Elf is watching Elf. I hope you're enjoying it. Holy Hand Grenade wants to know, or has a comment here.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom. Of all the names someone could possibly come up with on the entirety of YouTube, how in the hell is that someone's user ID handle, and how is that person a member?
I think they were gifted one by, weren't they memberships that you bought and gifted to people? Isn't that what
Jesus, I
happened?
may have created this problem.
Yeah.
You've created it more than you think. Holy Hand Grenade points out WandaVision seemed like the most promising, and they even ruined that. They can't fucking help themselves. I would actually honest that She-Hulk probably even had great potential. They fucked that up too. But yeah, no, I totally agreed. Holy Hand Grenade. At this point, Marvel shows have been completely lackluster. Nicholas Horton says that CGI animated He-Man is still better than both Netflix, She-Ra, and Revelation combined. That may be. He-Man is front and center, and Hordak in the CGI show actually looks like a threat, unlike that emo Hordak. Now, I don't know how front and center He-Man is when he's not the only one who has powers, but I'm not getting into that, Nicholas. Again, I know people are big fans of it, so good for them. It's just not He-Man to me. It's something else completely. It doesn't look like He-Man, doesn't smell like He-Man. It's too sci-fi. Sounds too much like Power Rangers for me, so I'm just gonna not watch it. Sorry.
Good idea.
I wonder if we could get Alf trending on Twitter.
Oh my God!
The real Elf would probably help us with that.
Yeah.
He's on Twitter now.
I know. I know.
Does he talk to you, Mikey? Does he message you?
Let me put it this way. I don't even look at my wall anymore because of the terrorism, the Al-Qaeda terrorism that is currently. Yeah, there is Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda-ists, and I don't even look at my wall on Twitter. Like, you basically have to DM me. If I don't get a DM, I don't even look at my Twitter anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what T-Man tastes like
I feel
besides
like
plastic.
I've been driven into a Twitter cave by all these Al-Qaeda activists.
Are you being abused, Mike?
Look, Alf, he bought his own membership.
Well,
see,
am I being abused? I don't know. I think I got to wait till 6 gets the duct tape. I think isn't that?
Wow.
Is it abuse if you enjoy it?
It can be.
Yeah, I got all the tools because I used to have a horse, so I've got the long whip, I've got the riding.
Did you say
crop.
whore or horse?
Horse. Thoroughbred.
Okay.
Saddle.
You know,
Bridal.
my safe word's going to be pinata.
Wow.
Pinata.
Pinata.
Yeah.
It's going to take you 3 syllables to get the pain to stop.
She's
I
thought
take a
that
shorter
through.
one. There we go.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty good, actually.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Elf is a shorter
the way it
safe
is.
word, Ironcaster.
And with that, as they say.
That's gonna be Mikey.
Yep. I'll be like,
He's thinking what he got into.
again. Do it again.
It's
He's
gonna
going
be
to
like-
have duct tape on his mouth so he can't utter the safe word.
I don't have a whip sound. I'm sitting here looking for a whip sound. I need to download a load of whip sound.
Yeah.
So we can have
You should download
Mikey
the
get
one
whipped.
from Indiana Jones.
There you go. Jack White sent us in another super chat and says, I take so much joy that I was the one who pointed out your love of Elf here on Midnight's Edge, Mike.
Who's that?
Jack White.
Was he the first one? I don't know if he was the first.
I guess he must have brought it up at some point, and that set you off. Because I was like,
No, the way out
Elf
happened was you and Andre announced that his TV show had been greenlit for a comeback, and it happened live, and I happened to be there on air when you guys went through that story.
I think I remember that.
That's how it happened, and that's
I
when
remember
was-
that, but I didn't know if somebody brought it up prior to that or what.
No, that was the first time it came up for sure.
Jesus Davila sends us a thumbs up. Do me a favor and the rest of the crew here and hit that thumbs up. There's a few of you left who haven't. If you can do that for us, we'd appreciate that. And thank you, Jesus. I wonder, does Mikey taste like cats?
I'll let you know. Well, I don't know what a cat tastes like, though.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
Is he spicy? I think we should probably wrap this up. What do you guys say?
Okay, no.
Polish this turd.
Good night, everybody.
Is that the new way the kids say it now? Let's polish this turd.
I don't know. We say that at work a lot.
Mm.
I know somebody who's into polishing turds.
Yeah.
Shh. Bad reboot.
They sure are.
Willie sends in another one and says, Mike, we tease
What?
you because we love you.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Love
The
you.
Hound
Like-
asks, do cats taste like beef? No, they taste like chicken.
Everything.
Tom doesn't know what cats taste like.
I don't. Oh, bullshit.
What do you mean bullshit?
I eat pussy all the time.
Oh. Okay, you're right.
I'm not like Batman. I do go down.
I go down and I don't really want to come back up, if you know what I mean.
This Batman always goes down. No matter what that fucking comic book says. Period. Well, except for that time. Then you don't go down. Happy birthday, Polly. That was
Happy
awkward.
birthday, Polly.
All right. Similar to rabbits. I don't want to know how you know that, Alf
He's
Jeebus.
lying. I call bullshit.
But all right. Thank you so much, guys. Six, did you have anything that's to plug? I think you were the only one left.
Just Mikey.
No.
It's me, Mario.
This is Sparta!
I have no problem with people being like, you suck in this fucking stuff.
That's the kind of girl I want to end up.
So what's the problem?
I am really good. You have to plan things better.
Mikey!